Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a TBR box, chooses my March reads and February. Spoiler if this video is going up before like my February recap, which I'm actually going to combine November, December, January, and February all in one because I think I've read under 20 books in all 4 of those months combined. I just seem to be in a bit of a big reading slump. I had a reading vlog that I was really excited about filming and putting up, and then I just like wasn't happy with the footage and was not reading fast enough in my mind, so I scrapped that footage. I do have another reading vlog coming that will be trying to get through all of the books that I've started because I have like 5 books that I've started but haven't finished. It's like that kind of moment where I'll like start a book and I just literally can't seem to get into anything, so then I'll pick up another book. So I'm hoping this is like a box full of joy for me and we can find some books from these prompts that are really going to encourage and motivate me to read, and I'll get out of the reading slump. Hopefully, fingers crossed. All that to say, my February TBR was a big fail. So hoping that we're more successful this month. I am still gonna pick 8 prompts. I believe some of the prompts that I believe all my prompts are just in this box. So hopefully we don't get like repeats, but if we do, we do, and that's just what it's gonna be. If you guys are interested in what books I'm gonna choose to put on my March TBR, stay tuned for this. If you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you want to subscribe, I hope you'll consider subscribing before moving on. If you too are in a reading slump, or if you have tips and tricks for how to get out of a reading slump, let me know in the comments. Would love all the help I can get. Other than that, you guys, let's jump into the video. Wow, these are like all tangled up. Prompt number 1 is going to be, we're off to a great start. Longest book I own. Okay, actually, ooh, I wonder if, ooh, that might be Magnolia Park's Into the Dark, because I didn't get around to reading that and I do want to. So let's check that out. Whew, okay, we lucked out on this one because Magnolia Park's Into the Dark, this chunky monster, is 710 pages long, which this is definitely something I really want to read. I'm doing that thing though where I'm like prolonging starting it because I feel like I'm gonna be so sad when it ends, and I feel like this will then put me into even like a slumpier slump. But anyway, this is indeed the longest book currently on my shelves. I don't believe I've ever read a book over 700 pages, so I'm a bit nervous, but I'm excited to spend these 700 pages with Magnolia and BJ. All right, prompt number 2 is a new to me author. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, I feel like this book has been on like 3 or 4 TBRs, and I promise you, I do really want to read this. This is one that I've been like teeter-tottering on possibly picking up, but it would be like the 6th book I would be starting. So I think I'm gonna choose this one. This is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. And every time I talk about this book, you guys let me know in the comments that this actually is a really good book. So I feel like this is a good option. And I believe this is a part of a trilogy perhaps. And then maybe there's a spin-off series, or there's just other books or other series by this author that also are spoken of really highly. So I'm excited to give Chloe Gong a try. And I'm gonna put These Violent Delights on yet another TBR. Next up, we get, what is this one? A book that's title starts with the. Ooh, I think I know exactly what I'm gonna choose. I'll be right back. Okay, I was gonna go with The Naturals, but then I remembered I need to read 20 books, 24 books off of my physical TBR before I can buy another book. You guys, I was so tempted. There were like 3 times within the last like 3 to 5 days that I was so tempted. There's one book specifically that I want. So tempted to drive to Barnes & Noble. There was even one time I was in my car driving to Barnes & Noble and I told myself, no girl, you're not gonna like set this goal for yourself and then just think to yourself that you can break the rules. Like, you're actually gonna stick to it and you're gonna read 24 physical books before you buy another book. So all that to say, I think I will want to like read this series kind of back to back to back. So I'm gonna save myself from that torture, and I'm gonna go with The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. I've actually read like a chapter or two of this. Like I've very much just dipped my toes in, because I believe this was on my December TBR, I think. And it wasn't like bad. Again, I've just been like so slumpy that like I can't get into anything, but I'm going to try and finish a book that's already started. So this will be the third book going on the TBR this month. I just realized I haven't really been talking about like what these books are about. Magnolia Park's like toxic relationship. These Violent Delights, I believe, is like a Romeo and Juliet retelling, I believe. And it's about like two feuding gangs in 1926 Shanghai. I feel like it sounds like a really fun time. And then The Kingmaker, I heard someone relate this book, which I believe is a duology. I believe there's two books, relate it to Scandal. And I was all about that because I used to love Scandal. I believe it's like two political like families fighting each other. And actually, like based on like the 2 or 3 chapters that I read, I believe there is this politician that wants to essentially take over like an Indian reservation. And I believe the politician's son is going to strike a romance with someone on the Indian reservation. And I've heard that this is like dark. So I'm excited to read that. All right, number 4. What are we gonna get? I do want to update my prompts too at some point. But you know what? Let's get to like actually reading some books before we update our prompts. Okay, this one is a book that has the name of a flower in the title. Okay, well that is very specific. Do I have a book with a flower name in the title? I honestly don't know. As far as I can tell, I do not. So we're gonna have to pick a new prompt. Let's see, what's this? Oh, a sports book. I love sports. Do I have any physical sports books? Okay. Unfortunately, by my best estimate, the only sports book I currently have physically is Rock Bottom Girl. I do also want to read The Right Move. I have that downloaded on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm like, do I go with that? But also I'm really wanting to like get through my 24 books, because I know by the time that like spring slash like, I know like probably by like, I have a trip for work in April. Granted, I don't see myself doing a lot of reading then, but like I feel like by the end of April, May at the latest, I'm definitely gonna want to be like actually like purchasing books for real. And I think I only have like 2 or 3 books. Like I still have over 20 books that I need to read. So I feel like I should go with Rock Bottom Girl, although I'm not like super excited to read this. It's by Lucy Score, so it's very long. And I believe this is about a girl. She downsized, broke, and dumped. 38-year-old Marley goes back to her childhood. Like she basically moves back in with her parents. And I believe she's coaching like the either high school, maybe middle school soccer team. And then it's not going well. And so with the help of Jake Weston, high school bad boy turned sexy good guy, the tattooed track coach, good dad. Okay, this sounds like it might be fun. I believe she enlists his help, and obviously a romance likely ensues. So I'm gonna go with this one. Just because it's on the TBR, as we've established, doesn't mean it's gonna get read, especially considering we have some very chunky books to read this month. So we'll see. Again, I need to like start getting my way through some actual physical books. Okay. We're on number 5, a book recommended to you. Okay, this was a prompt that we did last month, so I do want to choose like a new one because I don't want to like have a repeat right away. Again, I kind of need to like set these prompts aside and write new ones. Anyway, a title with 4 words. We're getting the very specific ones. Okay, let me go look. Okay, as I was going through my books, I realized I also have Throttled, which I could choose for my sports romance, because this is an F1 romance. I'm trying to decide. I feel like I should switch these out because this one is significantly shorter than Rock Bottom Girl. So there's definitely a higher likelihood. Yes, I'm taking Rock Bottom Girl out and I'm gonna switch it for Throttled by Lauren Asher. My sweet friend Emily sent this over to me. She is Emily and Mac's for her main beauty channel, or she is McKenna's Mama, where she posts mostly bookish content. And she sent this over to me, which was so nice of her. And so I'm really excited to read this. I am not like an F1 girly, but I love Lauren Asher, and I think she just writes like a quick, fun, easy, digestible read with some good spice. So we're gonna go with Throttled for the sports romance. And then for a title with 4 words, I'm gonna go with Funny You Should Ask. And funnily enough, this is yet another book that I have started, and I feel like I've started this twice. Last year I brought this with me on a work trip to California. I started it, didn't finish it. Then I feel like I started again and didn't finish it, and not really for any reason. I wasn't like super grasped by the story right away, but it also wasn't like I didn't like it. So it's also a shorter book. It's been on my shelves now for definitely over a year. So I feel like it's like, you know, we need to read it, otherwise it might just sit forever. All right, book number 6. Let's see, we get, ooh, a book I think will be 5 stars. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Divine Rivals for this one. I've been wanting to get to this one for a bit now. It's shameful that I haven't read this one, and I mean, so many people have rated this 5 stars. I am hopeful and anticipating that I myself will rate it a 5 star. All right, book number 7. Ooh, let's see. This is a very like folded one, meaning we haven't ever done this prompt before. A book on on the top shelf of my TBR cart with the longest title. I'm scared. I think I know what it is. Okay, I thought it was gonna be the Serpent and the Wings of Night, or is it The Night? Hold on, let me check. Well, regardless, even if it was The Night, that would be 8 words. And then I have this book also sent to me from Emily, and this is Before We Were Strangers, a love-hate love story. Oh, so this is actually 9 words. So this is the longest title. Perfect. I am super excited about this because this, ooh, I think this is just at the 300 page. This is just at 300 pages, and the font is actually really big. And okay, so this is a Missed Connection Second Chance at Love, and I believe it takes place in New York. All things I feel like I'm really gonna love. So this is the book. This is book number 7, meaning we just have one more book left to select. And we get, I think this might also be a prompt we've never ever gotten in the history of the prompting. A book with a 1-word title. Geez, a lot of title situations happening. Okay, let me go pick out the last book. I don't know why I'm surprised by this, but I could only find one book that is 1 word, and it is Caraval by Stephanie Garber, which I don't know if anyone's ever like compared this to The Night Circus. I'm currently in the middle of reading Night Circus, and for some reason Caraval has always given me Night Circus vibes, and it could be because this I think has something to do with like being invited to like a circus type situation. So I've also not heard like rave reviews about Caraval, so we'll see, especially because I feel like if I finish Night Circus and it's still a 5 star, like, is this gonna be a super letdown? Regardless, we're gonna read this anyway because it's the only book I could find that had a 1-word title. So this will be book number 8, meaning that this is our book stack for the month of March. I feel like there's a decent mix of genres in here, and I'm really hopeful that I can get through at least maybe 5 of these. Like, that would feel really good. Hoping there's some real winners in here that get me out of my reading slump. And again, if you guys have any recommendations for getting out of a reading slump, please share them with me. But that is gonna wrap it up for today's video. These are the books that are going to be on my March TBR. Would love to know what you plan to read this month. Other than that, thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting me and my channel as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.